What's good, y'all? KeaToSuccess here, back with another video. This video is not going to be your normal type of video that I normally been posting. It's going to be more so something more personal. It's not going to be about trucking. It's not going to pertain to business. Maybe a little bit, but not more so. It's going to be personal. It's going to be more raw, more motivational. Hopefully, I'm hoping all said and be done. But pretty much I just want to get into is this generation, of people and this thing for instant gratification. You know, no one wants to wait for things. They need to have it now. And I used to hear this all the time from my social studies teacher or economics teacher, sorry. I forget his name right now, but he used to say all the time, put your instant gratification down. When you was talking about your cell phone and whatnot. And he talk about other stuff like that being instant gratification. But I understood it then. I was like, whatever, ignored him. I wasn't the type to really be on my phone like that, anyways. But I was the type to go to sleep. That's another story to tell. But even now, I get it now, and I see it a lot. It's kind of crazy when you just watch and see everything, and you sit back and watch people, whether it's in real life, out in public, or in social media. You just see what people do and what they ask for, and you just see the super entitlement. Like, it's crazy. You see people thinking they deserve something when they didn't necessarily put in the work to get there. Everyone wants the shortcut. Everyone wants to take the shortcut and do as little work as possible, or no work at all. And reality is, you have to work. There ain't no way around it. There's no shortcut. The shortcut is the work. And it sucks to see people really this delusional into thinking they're entitled to something without even putting the work in. It's crazy to see. And I think we all know this, but ignore it. But nothing is easy. Nothing is easy at all. But yet people always want to have their cake and eat it too. And most don't deserve that, honestly, because they didn't do the work to do that. You didn't do the work to have your cake and eat it too, honestly. Most people don't. 9 times out of 10, most people don't. And the people that you do see do it, I wouldn't say you, but people see it, that person doing it, exactly what they want, and they think they deserve it too, without realizing or not knowing what that person did to get to that position and what work they did to get there. Like I said, 9 times out of 10, that person probably worked to get to that point. They didn't just wake up one morning and it was possible. Nah, they put the work in to do what they needed to do, and now they're having their cake and eat it too. And I think people overlook that and don't appreciate that because everyone's selfish. And even, I mean, as human beings, we're inherently selfish, but I wouldn't even say but. It's obvious. You're human beings, we're selfish, end all be all. So it makes sense, but everyone seems so selfless, acts that way, so they try to hide their selfishness by doing certain things and whatnot. And again, crazy to see, because deep down, or me deep down, I know I'm like, this dude's selfish. This is not genuine. It's not it's not genuine. It's just that it's transactional. It's give and take. They move, you move. You move, they move type of thing. So, but this all leads up into pretty much what I'm, main topic here is, sacrifice. Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. People who you see that have their cake and eat it too, yeah, they sacrifice to get to that level. Don't let don't let social media or whatever the case may be fool you. They put the work in to get there. They made sacrifices to get there. They just didn't jump from 1 to 100. You know, they went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up to 100. Went each step. Maybe skipped a little bit on along the way, but for the most part, they took each step. All those 100 steps, they went that way. They worked their way up. Took the time to get there. They didn't rush. They didn't do a shortcut. As much as they probably wished and hoped and wanted to do, they didn't. They kept, being persistent and continued to work through and didn't give up. Essentially, uh, they make the sacrifices of not having free time, not kicking it with friends, not spending their money on things they may want, um, no social life, or just not being around family. They stayed disciplined, and with them doing that, they got rewarded to have their cake and eat it too. My dad used to say, or does say, not used to, excuse me, but used to say because I don't hear it too much now. But he said pretty much you can't serve two masters. One's gonna always have to succumb to the other. At the end of the day, is there's there's really no way to efficiently do it. At some point, one's going to suffer more than the other. One area is going to suffer more than the other. Or both suffer because you're trying to do two things at one time and you're not effectively doing what you need to be doing in both of those areas, and now you're failing. Now you're taking tons of steps back. Now, if you just take one step back, focus on that one area first, whatever it may be, it doesn't matter, but you just don't do both at the same time. You focus on one, you take care of it, however long it may take, you accomplish that. Now you move to the other and do the same thing. Now you was effectively able to accomplish a goal efficiently because you put all your time, energy, and effort into it. Instead of splitting your time, energy, effort 50-50, it's never going to end well. Now, you took that step back and you were able to go 5 steps forward. Before, versus when you didn't want to take a step back, you're trying to take steps forward, but you was really just kind of staying stagnant. You wouldn't take any steps. You was on an escalator, just walking in one spot and not really moving in any direction. So that's sacrifice right there. You made that sacrifice to take a step back. You had that knowledge and you did it to move forward. It helped you move forward because now you got both things accomplished, both goals accomplished. And as I said before, most are not going to make that sacrifice. They're going to look at it like, why the hell do I got to take a step back when I'm trying to go forward? Not seeing the big picture where you can just take that step back, like I said, and take 5 steps forward, versus you just being, egotistical, too much pride, and just, you're like, nah, I'm not going to take a step back. I'm going to keep doing me, being slow, and you're barely taking them steps forward. While that person who took a step back just leaped you. And you like, what the hell? How did they do that? Well, it's because they took that step back and focused on one thing and went to the next thing after they got done with that thing. It's simple as that, but people don't want to do it. People don't want to do it at all. They don't want to wait because, like I said in the beginning of the video, that entitlement, like I said, that ego, that pride gets in the way. People way too prideful. That's that selfishness. That's that selfishness for real. They want to skip the journey when the journey is what shapes you into who you are or who you will be. If you skip the journey, how can you show appreciation for what you earn? Like, how can you really enjoy it? You going up to the top of the mountain, you just took a car up there, or where the hell you want to call it, ATV up to the top. You didn't break a sweat. Now you got up to the top and you're like, oh, okay, like cool, I made it to the top. All right, time to go back down. Versus the guy who took the time, took the effort, and got up the mountain. You know, didn't get up there fast. Took his time, but he got up there. He's gonna get up there and look at the top of the mountain like, ooh, I made it. Look at this view. I was just down there. Now I'm up here. And he has a totally different view than the person who just rode the ATV up there, car up there, whatever you want to call it, and went right back down. He didn't even take a chance to smell the roses, if you may say, look at the view, as I said, because he didn't appreciate it, because he didn't do the hard work to get up there. He just took the easy route, went up there, and came back down. Simple as that. That's just like these people who win the lottery, these crypto millionaires, or pretty much anybody who's made money, a copious amount of money, a lot of money, without really doing any work. That's why I said these crypto millionaires, the lottery winners who just instantly get some money, all of them lose it because they made it so quick, or they were young and they got it with very little effort. And with that being said, they got it with very little effort. They're not going to show the same appreciation for someone who worked, took the time, not took the time, but sacrificed the time to get that same amount of money that they just made in a couple days, a day, a night. And they go, fuck it off, and then now they're broke. Versus the guy who worked and got that same amount of money, 10 out of 10 times he ain't going broke. Because he did the work to get there, and he knows the work that to get there, he ain't going back down. Not at all. He's going to have a plan, and I'm not even going to get into all that, but he ain't going back down at all. People have to learn things that are worth in life to sacrifice for. So are your goals, your dreams, your aspirations worth it? Are they worth sacrificing for? I heard a saying from Brandon Carter, aka King Keto. And I saw him on Fresh and Fit, and what he said stuck with me. It really resonated with me. And shout out to them. I really rock with them heavy. So, but Brandon said, if you are willing, if you're not willing to sacrifice for your goals become the sacrifice. I'll repeat that again. If you're not willing to sacrifice for your goals will become the sacrifice. Like I said, that resonated with me. And I hope it does for you. Because anything you pursue in life, you sacrificed one way or another. Like that job you didn't pursue or didn't get because you wanted to hang out with friends or be with your girl, or a business opportunity you missed, again, because you're too much into your social life. You sacrificed to be with that. You sacrificed, the opportunity for income. It doesn't even have to be about income, but you sacrificed, that opportunity, moment, whatever decision to do this. And you got to live with that. And that's really life in the most simplest terms. Everything you do every decision you make is a sacrifice. It may be big, it may be small, but it's a sacrifice nonetheless. And like I said, it's life in the most simplest terms. There's always a give and take in everything you do. There's a pro and con. There's not always a scenario where you can just have everything and get everything. Maybe sometimes, like I said, if you put the hard work in, you can get it. But most cases, you're going to have to do what I said. You're going to have to take that step back, do what you need to do there, and then go over to the next thing. Um, you're not going to get it all at once. Like me, like I sacrifice time right now to be in this truck so I can get it back later. That's my end goal, is to get back my time later. Now I'm 26, going to be 27, and I'm using my young years, my 20s, to try to build and get to where I want to be. You know, when you get older, you get tired. You're not as willing or motivated, or the case may be, or even just shape wise. This is your prime time as far as physical peak as a man. To work your hardest. So that's what I do now, and I'm gonna try to teach my kids this. I try to tell my daughter there's always a pro and con with everything you do, and you have to be okay with it, whatever decisions you make, and you have to own up to it. And I hope that sticks with her. I hope one day she'll understand. And I tell her enough, but I tell her, look, you want this or you want that, but you can't have both. Call me mean, whatever the case may be, but I'd rather be that buffer for her right now in her life than for her to learn this later in life and it be a shell shock because she got everything as a kid or younger, or the case may be. So when she gets out in this world, she understands that what she does come with consequences, and she can learn from that. Or she just learning now can make her better for the future, so she can better make decisions that are that serious that she can do that. So like I said, I'm gonna try to teach my kids this, and the only thing I can do is hope it sticks. But anyways, to summarize everything, and end all be all, you have to work hard and you have to sacrifice to get where you want to be in life. If you don't, you are only one to blame. Can't blame anyone else. You control your future, and that's it. So like the video. That's it for today. I'm out of here. Deuces.